북아프리카 수단이 군벌 간 무력 분쟁으로 혼란에 빠졌습니다. 지난 2019년 오랜 기간 집권했던 독재자 오마르 알 바시르를 몰아내기 위해 힘을 모았던 두 장군이 싸우고 있습니다. 수단 수도 하르툼에서 군벌 세력들의 무력 충돌이 격화하면서 민간인 400명 이상이 사망하고 3,500여 명이 다쳤습니다. 수백만 명의 시민들이 집안에 갇힌 채로 식량과 물 부족을 겪고 있습니다. 인권단체 하드와이어드 글로벌의 티나 라미레즈 회장이 자세한 소식 전해드립니다. 이번 사태는 현재 수단 군부 지도자인 압델파타 부르한 장군과 준 군사 조직인 신속지원군 RSF를 이끄는 모하메드 함단 다갈로 장군 간의 권력 다툼에서 촉발됐습니다.
In 2021, there was a coup and they overthrew the civilian transitional government that was taking place and trying to establish democracy in Sudan. But the peace between these two generals has unraveled and they are fighting for power and making a lot of claims over what that looks like. But on the ground, what people see is the head of the army and the head of the RSF paramilitary troop, which the General Hameti basically oversees about 100,000 troops. So it's a pretty significant number. And these are troops made up of people that fought in Darfur, people from not just Sudan, but from neighboring countries that came in as kind of mercenaries to help fight in Darfur against the people there at the behest of Omar al-Bashir, the dictator that they had overthrown a few years ago. And so it's extremely concerning, this infighting between the two of them and how the situation has unraveled so quickly on the ground in Sudan, really creating almost a civil war within Sudan. And it's horrifying for the people.
두 군벌 세력의 무력 충돌로 인해 민간인들이 가장 큰 피해를 입고 있습니다. 하르툼 시민들은 식량 부족과 단수, 단전으로 고통받고 있습니다. 교회 역시 어려움을 겪고 있습니다.
I mean, when the RSF came in, they bombed the airport, which is, unbelievable. And so people weren't able to really escape the city. The cities have always been fairly safe within Sudan, but they're not anymore. And the RSF, when they came in, have been attacking civilians across the board. They've been looting and burning churches. I have some video footage of a evangelical church that's being burned from within, but even the Anglican Church reported that they've all evacuated and that some of their property, cars, some of their homes have been destroyed. So the fear amongst the Christian community there in Sudan, as many of them are trying to flee as best they can, because as I said, a lot of the access and normal abilities to leave the city are just cut off since the city's never really been at war in this way. It's always been in the outskirts, the villages, but they're trying to escape on buses, on foot. And it's leaving a lot of people being held within homes and with no food and water. As you said, the hospitals have all shut down. It's horrific. And I think that the greatest fear of the church, as I'm talking to Christians in Sudan and in South Sudan, because the two countries are so interrelated, is the fear that they will return to the decades of religious persecution that they saw before. Because Hameti, who's running the RSF, really was discipled by Omar al-Bashir. He is no different than Bashir, if not worse. Great fear that the country will return to the conflict that we saw in the religious persecution under Omar al-Bashir. Well, we need to pray for the ceasefire and the peace to come back, and for the civilian government to be reestablished. I think that's the greatest prayer that we need to have for the people there.